Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dan Schaefer.
And I'm Nicole Williams. Our top story tonight. Efforts are underway right now to replace markers stolen from 3 veterans' graves.
WAAY 31's Brittany Harry is live at Meadowlawn Garden of Peace in Tony with more on how it was discovered they were stolen. Brittany.
Yeah, retired Army officer John Nolan, he says that on Monday he was made aware that 3 grave markers, I should say, were stolen, and they had actually been found in a rental home that someone recently moved out of. So since then, John said he's made it his mission to try and track down families. Meanwhile, I spoke to a daughter of one of the veterans today, and she told me that since getting this news, it's just been devastating, especially right before Veterans Day. And also, she came back out here to the cemetery today, and she says now she's confused because there's a new grave marker on her father's grave, but she says there's some information that's incorrect. And she also says she doesn't know where the marker came from.
They found the tombstone, but just the fact that somebody was so vindictive and hateful to do something like that is very hurtful.
For somebody just to trade in their memories for cash seems to me to be a pretty reprehensible thing.
These pictures of the 3 stolen markers show Sam Lee Batts served in the Navy, Willie Lewis is an Army veteran, and so was Earl Lee Archie.
My initial reaction to hearing about this and seeing what was there was really profound anger.
Nolan says he's made it his mission to try to locate these families.
Well, let's see.
We met at Indian Creek Cemetery today, where Nolan says he thinks Sam Lee Batts is buried here.
This is the fellow that may or may not be related to one of the fellows that we're trying to find some additional information on.
Willie Lewis, Nolan says, could be buried at Nashville National Cemetery, and Sylvia Archie's father, Earl, is buried at Meadowlawn Garden of Peace in Tony. Sylvia, who's also an Army veteran, found out about this last night.
We're not happy. We're very hurt, but whatever you're going through, we forgive you, and we hope that you come forward.
These particular grave markers, because they're about 17 pounds of copper and brass, that comes out to about $80 in just raw material. And so if you pick up 3 or 4 of them, I mean, that's probably a couple of hours of good work if you melt it down. And I guess some people would view it that way, that would be a good way to add some income.
Whatever the motive, Nolan, an Army veteran himself, says it's unacceptable. Nolan also says this is not something any family should have to deal with, especially right before Veterans Day. And Nolan told me today that he hasn't reported this to police, but he's considering doing that and probably will very soon. Meanwhile, he also says he spoke to the VA here in Alabama, and he says that they told him that they will be taking care of these grave markers to, of course, make sure that these veterans have the marker that they deserve. But for now, reporting live in Tony, Brittany Harry, WAAY 31 News.